Hello, my name is Joel Spitzer. I'm the educational director here at whyquit.com, and I just wanted to do a quick video introducing you to our site. The site is actually belongs to John Polito. John founded the site and is the editor and does most of the maintenance on the site now. And it was originally set up back by John in 1999, just a couple of months after he'd quit smoking. He'd quit smoking with the use of an online support group that he was just a member of. And I believe he'd come across an article that was about Brian Lee Curtis. It was in a Florida newspaper, and he found it to be a very powerful, moving message about how smoking was dangerous, which a lot of people understood, but a lot of people just thought that smoking, killed older people, that you were, in your 60s or 70s or 80s before impacted by this. And this was a tragic story, but also not a totally uncommon story of a person who basically loses his life in his 30s. And, this is a real risk that people face. And John wanted that message out. He didn't want it to be a one-time story that would never be seen again. So he created whyquit.com. And just by the name, you could see the intent at that point was to try to get the people to understand why they should quit smoking. He actually geared it at teens so they'd understand not to take up smoking, and for people who were smokers already to understand the importance of quitting. I came across the site a few months later. It was actually in the beginning of 2000. And I was just looking around the internet to see what kind of sites were out there. I've been running smoking clinics for 3 decades at that point in time. And I had a lot of material on how to quit smoking. And this wasn't the focus of the site at that time, but I offered John, and I did this with a number of sites, my material that if they wanted to use it to, help support their sites. So that's how my involvement originally came in. If you look at the way WhyQuit is set up now, you'll see we have 3 columns there. The first one would be on why to quit smoking, which is, working along the original content of what the site was set up. Then we set up an educational section, and that's more on how to quit smoking. Now, I want to make it very clear that we have, over time, turned into a cold turkey site. Cold turkey is the way that the vast majority of people try to quit smoking. But more important, it is the way that the vast majority of people have successfully quit smoking. And there's very little support or material to help people going cold turkey. Most other, sites that are out there are pushing people away from doing cold turkey. So we've set up a cold turkey site. Now, I want to point out that the educational material, the why to quit material on the far left-hand column, that's applicable to everybody. And I don't think anybody who even comes from other sites would have issues with the materials in there. It's showing the importance of quitting. People who are using other methods to quit smoking, they may not be interested in going through our how to quit section. It may very well go against what they're thinking is the right thing for what they're doing and what they've decided to do. And that's fine. Again, I hope they utilize the why to quit material, because that material can really help them keep their motivation up of what they're doing and why. The third section is the support sites. We have a Facebook support site and another bulletin board type support site that people can join if they're looking for extra help. The educational material really will give you the information you need to quit smoking, and it's the way that most people who utilize our materials and get help from us, that's the way they get it. But there are other support sites that we have set up also to even go further. And we also list off sites that people can go to if they're looking to quit for other methods. That's also listed in that third column. The one thing I want to point out here that I think is just so important is how possible it is for people to quit smoking. The perception out there, which is pressed often in the media and in public health, there's this message out there that quitting is close to impossible. And I want to dispel that right away. We have more former smokers in the United States right now than current smokers. Over half the people who used to smoke have quit smoking. Working with the perception that quitting smoking is close to impossible is such a disservice for people, because it's just not true. And it makes people feel defeated even before they start, that they can't stop. And if you get nothing else from, from us, from our messages, from our material, if you get nothing else, if you get to understand that quitting smoking is very possible, life can be much better after you quit smoking. It's not like when people quit smoking, oh sure, maybe they'll pull it off, but they'll be miserable and unhappy the rest of their life. That's not what it is. Most people who quit smoking are going to find themselves much healthier, much happier, and there's just so many benefits that you can attain if you just allow yourself to quit smoking. We hope you utilize our materials to help you accomplish that goal. And again, however you choose to quit, the Why Quit material, the material that's in that first column, will really help to get you motivated to quit. And we have the other resources to help you pull it off if you decide you need that help. Again, we're glad you found us. Once you do quit smoking, again, your life can become immeasurably better. And to keep all the benefits that come along with being an ex-smoker, it's a matter of sticking to a commitment that hopefully you'll make the day you stop, to just never take another puff.